All right, everybody, I'm getting a little peckish. Time to find some food and some good souvenirs. Join us today on the XP Project. All right, so I'm standing here looking at the, right behind us, the Peacock Parlor art that they've done to say kind of what's coming ahead. I don't think that this is gonna be ready this year because restaurants take a long time to build. You gotta do the whole kitchen, the plumbing, you know, all that stuff. I don't see this popping up this year, but I am really excited about this because we need more like good dining options while we're here. Also, there's a candy shop that's gonna be there also, which I love. Candy shops at these kind of parks are just great because you can just like go in, get some candy, come on out. It's just a great situation. So today's video, I wanted to talk about food and souvenirs. So we're gonna kind of go around to my favorite food and souvenir spots at the park. We're gonna get a few things to eat. We're gonna get a few souvenirs and check it out. All right, so a couple takeaways from that concept art from the Peacock Parlor and the carousel candy. So it seems like it's gonna be two things, obviously, a candy shop and then the Peacock Parlor. But as far as like how extensive the Peacock Parlor is gonna be, because it looks like it's gonna be an ice cream shop, which actually kind of makes a lot of sense because the only place you can get ice cream, like hard served ice cream, is back in Pioneer Village. So it kind of makes sense that they're gonna throw one up here. Just because it's so popular back there and it would be kind of nice. I don't think they'd be closing that one down. That doesn't seem likely because there's a little bit of nostalgia and kind of history behind that one. But maybe they change that into something else or whatnot. But it kind of seems like ice cream, but it kind of seems like there might be more than just ice cream because in the concept arts, there's like tables to sit down at and everything. And generally just for ice cream, I don't think that they would do that. So it wouldn't surprise me if maybe there's like ice cream and scones and like things like that. Also, there is and it's just concept art. Concept art can change a lot, but there is a stairway going along the back there. So it tells me that the building's high enough. It looks like it is gonna be a double-decker building, but what's gonna be on each level is kind of what time will tell us. But I really think that it's gonna be candy shop on one side or maybe on the top and then the Peacock Parlor on the bottom or on the other side and be kind of like two separate things, which actually makes me really excited. All right, so one of my favorite gift shops actually at the park is the newest gift shop at the park right now. It's the one right here at the exit of Primordial. So when you're coming out of Primordial, you have to walk through this gift shop. And a lot of it's Primordial themed, but they've got other just Lagoon stuff. The only one thing I kind of wish that they would do is maybe put like a sign out front of it for the gift shop, just because unless you're coming out of Primordial, you don't really see this gift shop. But I guess if you're coming to Lagoon, you're probably going on Primordial, so you're not gonna miss it. So there's a few things that I really like about this Primordial gift shop. It's very Primordial themed, but they've got a really good big selection of shirts, sweaters, and for adults and or kids. But another thing that I really love about this one is this is something that you don't notice if you don't look for it. Right above the sweatshirts there, they've actually got the pictures from your ride, the pictures that they took when you were on the ride. And I love that just because I didn't think that they were gonna have that. I thought we'd just see the ones at the end of the ride. But the fact that you can look at those after, you know, you could probably take a picture with your phone or something to save that for later. They also have some like really cool 3D printed dragons. And you know, everything in there is kind of themed to the ride. Like they've got like the foxes and the dragons and some owls in there and stuff. So if your kid just went on this ride, they're just really excited about it. It's fun to kind of get a souvenir that has something to do with the ride. I'm telling you, if you're somebody that likes blankets and get really cold during the wintertime, these Primordial sweatshirt blankets are awesome. So they call them sweatshirt blankets because they're a blanket, but they're made out of the same material that like a sweatshirt would be. And so it's like wearing, like I don't like wearing sweatshirts necessarily because they just, I feel like kind of claustrophobic, but these blankets are awesome and I love that they're Primordial themed. And those run $49.99. All right, so a couple days ago, Julie, one of my watchers, actually commented that there used to be a mini golf course here at Lagoon. And I got thinking about that a couple days ago, and I was like, yeah, I do remember that. So it used to be over by where the little kids Jeep ride is, and it was awesome, and every hole was like kind of a theme to like a ride. Now, I need somebody maybe that works here or somebody that knows the history a little bit better. I'm pretty sure that this wheel little statue thing here behind me, I think is from that mini golf course, because I remember shooting and it would go around the little wheel thing and then drop into the hole. So if I'm right here, somebody comment, because I think that's what it's from, and if it is, that's really cool that they put it over here after they tore that down. All right, so this Cannibal gift shop is actually one of my favorite gift shops at the park. I love the theme of it because they've got a theme kind of like Cannibal, like they've got like tigers and stuff in there, and lions and things like that. And they actually have that big elephant statue that's in there. It's almost like a, man, it almost looks like it's like a cloth elephant. You can actually buy that elephant. It has a $3,500 price tag on it. No one's bought it. It's been there for a long time, but I think more than anything, I mean, I think they would sell it if they could, but I think more than anything, it just adds a lot of aesthetics to that gift shop. But this one's great just because they've got some great Cannibal merch if it's your favorite ride, shirts, hats, everything like that. And I do like that they've got like the water bottles and soda bottles in there too. And it's kind of fun because while you're in that, you can hear kind of the screams from Cannibal. So it's just a really good ride, and it's right when you come out of the exit of Cannibal. I think I saw my favorite shirt I've seen at the park so far, besides that Cannibal long sleeve tee I saw last time. They've got this shirt that says, "Oh my heck," and then it says Lagoon. It's kind of a reference that you're only gonna get if you live in Utah, but here in Utah, people just don't swear a ton, and so they'll always say, "Oh my heck," you know? And so I just love that shirt. I might have to get me that sweatshirt when it gets colder. So on one side note, this Cannibal gift shop, actually on the south side of the building, there's a little door there, or a little window there. That's where you can buy tickets for the paid attractions, the catapult, the raceway, and sky coaster. So there's other places you can buy them too, but that's a good spot to come. It tends to not be super busy, so it's a good one to do. All right, so if you guys know me well, I go to Disneyland a lot. One of my favorite things at Disney is the pin trading there. It's everywhere. It's a big thing. You get a lanyard, buy pins. It's just really awesome. Lagoon actually has a lot of pins. And just to give you kind of a reference point, there's a pin right there that is actually a pin of the chicken fingers that they have here. So they've got pins for like every ride, multiple ones, for the foods here, for Pioneer Village, all that. So if you're a pin trader, come out here, get a lanyard, and I'm telling you right now, if you come from Disney, the pins here are gonna seem super cheap. Like, I think like the lanyards, I mean, compared to the ones that you're gonna buy at Disney, are like half the price. And the pins really aren't that expensive. So even if you just bought one every time you come out, I have a little lanyard hanging up in my room that has like all the pins that I've bought at Lagoon so far. And they do bring out new ones pretty frequently. So if you're a pin collector, I just have like one for my Disney pins and one for my Lagoon pins. But it's something that a lot of people really don't know about, and those pins are almost in every gift shop. All right, so as we make our way over to Central Park Gifts, that's kind of like right in the middle of the park. There is this little burger stand where you can get like burgers and chicken wings. It's just a real simple burger and chicken wing thing, kind of something that you'd see at any kind of you know, amusement park or theme park. The burgers are really good. It's been a long time since I've had the chicken wings. We'll have to get those here pretty soon. But I can contest that the burgers are really good there. And they're pretty reasonably priced in terms of like theme park food. All right, before we get to Central Park, I forgot, we've got like the Midway Munchies, the Beaver Tails, and the Shake Shack. So those are three really good places for just like a quick snack. The shakes are really good at Shake Shack. Sometimes they'll do themed ones like during the Halloween season, during Frightmares. And then the Beaver Tails is awesome. It's like, it's kind of hard to explain what the Beaver Tails are. It's kind of like a little pastry thing, and we're gonna get all these foods eventually too this year, but it's like a kind of a little pastry thing, and then they'll like smear something on it like Nutella or things like that, put like Reese's Pieces, M&Ms, stuff like that on it. And they're like a really good little snack, just like get that little sugar pick-me-up. And then the Midway Munchies actually is one of my favorite places. They do the caramel apples, the candy apples and the caramel apples. Those are so good, especially during the Frightmare season. All right, so the Central Park gift shop is great. I would probably say if you have little ones, like the younger kids, definitely this is the gift shop to come to. There's a lot of like stuffed animals and clothes and little toys and things like that in here. Also pins in there also, just like I mentioned before, you can pretty much get pins anywhere. But this is a great gift shop for the kids just because there's so many like cute little stuffed animals and things like that in here. Definitely check this one out if you've got the little ones. All right, so this next spot here, I kind of call this like the food row area. So you've got 3 different food stands here, and this is probably like the best place to come. Now, it gets really busy, especially during like lunch and dinner time. So maybe just plan your meals like a little before that or a little bit after that. But this area is really nice because you've got the different selections. So if you've got a family that's a little bit more picky, you've got the pizza spot, you've got the Carousel Plaza Cantina, you've got the Carousel, what's this one called again? The Carousel Potato. Then you've got the Carousel Burgers, and then you've got like the ice cream and the frozen treats. This makes it really nice because you can kind of get a little bit of anything. You'll see people with like nachos from the Cantina, and then somebody with a pizza, and then the potato one, that's like chicken strips, corn dogs, things like that. And then the burgers, obviously burgers. And then the frozen treats is like soft serve ice cream cones, frozen Snickers bars, frozen bananas, which are amazing, by the way, and stuff like that. And then right across, they've got a little icy stand with soft pretzels. So if you've got a picky family, just in this little small area, you can pretty much get whatever you want. All right, and obviously the beer garden. In my opinion, the beer garden is the best place to eat at the park. It is a little pricier just because it's like a sit-down restaurant type place, but the food is just really good there. I'm not going to do much coverage on that today because we're going to deep dive into that. That's open all off season as well. So I did do a video on the beer garden, but I had some editing issues with that, so I'm going to try to get that up for the beer garden. But that is the place to go if you want some really, really good food. But I know a lot of people that come to the park might not want to sit down and eat a full big meal, but you could just come in here if you have a season pass, get dinner there, and then maybe ride a couple rides and then go home. All right, one other really good place to eat is this teriyaki stick. So it's right on the corner there when you turn to hit Wild Mouse. The reason I like this one so much is because I'm kind of just like a simple eater, and you can just get like some teriyaki chicken with some white rice. It's like 11 bucks, and then I think it's like 14 if you add the drink to it. But it's just kind of a super easy, cheap, fast thing, and you can just like walk around with one of those bowls really easily. I was actually gonna grab some today, but they said that they are re-cooking some rice and are gonna be down for just a little bit. But that's a great kind of budget food to eat. All right, I think that there's argument to be made that actually the best like eating area of the park is actually down by Colossus, in my opinion. So they've got this one place that's called Shake It Up. They've got the Corn Dog Corner and Zeppies. We're gonna talk about all 3 of these. So Shake It Up is awesome. It's actually a really cool idea. So basically what it is like they give you a little container, got fries in it, and then they like top it with different things. So like there's one with like cheese and chili, there's one with chicken strips, things like that. It's a really good meal. The kids love it because it's like French fries and chicken strips together. It's really good. Corn Dog Corner, you know, obviously corn dogs. I mean, you can't really go wrong with a good corn dog in my opinion. And then there is a little ice cream thing in between the Zeppies. It's called Ice Cream U-Scream. They've got good little hard served ice cream. Not as like big as like back in Pioneer Village, but it's still good. It's really good. So I'll sit and say I think Zeppies is actually one of my favorite snacks at the park by far. Basically what it is it's Italian ice, but you can also get ones that have ice cream in them as well. And the thing that I like about these is like a small Zeppy's like $6, which for amusement park prices really isn't that much. And then you can get the ones with the ice cream in them for $6.99. I love these so much. Italian ice is so good. And the one thing I love about these is the Zeppy's that are outside of Lagoon are actually closed on Sundays, but this one is always open. So if you're getting that, you know, craving for Zeppy's, come to Lagoon on Sundays. You got to make sure you just get just a little bit of both in there. Oh man, it's so good. All right, so I just wanted to take a second. I want to thank you guys all for watching these videos. You know, it means a lot to me to know that people might be getting a little bit of value out of these and a little bit of entertainment. So I really appreciate all you guys. I just wanted to kind of stop there and say that for just a second. I also wanted to give a little bit of a heads up kind of what's coming up. So Memorial Day weekend's next weekend. What I want to do is I'm going to be doing basically like kind of a tour kind of thing of each section of the park. So like the north side, south side, Pioneer Village. We'll go over some of the Pioneer Village foods and stuff back there because I didn't hit those up today, but I do want to go over those. So I'm going to be doing that over the next couple weeks, and it'll probably be about 4 or so videos to split up the park. And so that's what I want to do in the next couple weeks. Also, if you guys have any ideas for anything coming up, we are getting ready to hit the weeknights opening up, which is when I kind of tend to come out a little bit more. I usually only come about once a week this time of year. So if you guys have any ideas of stuff you want to see, let me know. Also, since we were on a food and souvenir thing, I didn't hit every single thing today. So what are your favorite souvenirs and foods at the parks? I'd love to hear it. And if it's something I haven't tried, we're going to give it a shot. All right, so I want to talk about a very, very underrated food at the park. And if you've been coming here your whole life, you're kind of going to be like, oh, that's not that cool or whatever. So it's Dippin Dots. So they have Dippin Dots stations pretty regularly throughout the park. There's one up by Primordial now. There's one over here by the arcade. That's the one we're going to. They've got multiple ones here. So the reason I say this is because, and correct me if I'm wrong, I read a show that Dippin Dots only does like contracts with certain theme parks. And so they're just not at a lot of parks. And we've had them here the whole time, I mean, that I can remember, even from when I was a kid. But they're a really rare treat. And if you're from other parks, from other states, come get one. I know you can like buy these at the store and stuff, but they're not the same as when they're freshly scooped. And I guess I'm getting a little ahead of myself. People that haven't had one before, they're probably like, what the heck's Dippin Dots? Well, what it is like they're little frozen like balls of ice cream, but like little teeny balls, and they're put into a bowl. And like when you eat them, there's like a sensation because they're like frozen. And so they're kind of crunchy, but kind of soft at the same time. And like the cookies and cream one we got here has little pieces of cookies in it as well. But these are a really fun little treat, especially on a hot day. And like I said, you just can't get these everywhere. And so if you're from out of state or something, make sure you get these for sure. You know, oh man, that's so good. Primordial actually has a Primordial themed one of these up there by it. I'm gonna try that one next time, but you can't say no to the Oreo one. This one's just so good. All right, everybody, that's gonna do it for our checkout of some of the gift shops and the food here at Lagoon. Next week's Memorial Day and the Lagoon Park starts getting a lot busier, but a lot funner, and we got the weeknights coming up ahead. We got a lot more to come. Thanks for joining us on the XP Project.